life is so blue. Hi, it's Sandy. Oh my goodness! And AnaLynne. Oh my goodness! And welcome to the Sandy and Friends podcast. Today we're with John Billings. All right, relax there. I'm sure there's a whole crowd of people out there clapping right now.
They're rolling their eyes is what they're doing.
No! How dare you! So how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you guys for having me. I'm sorry it was late tonight. I had my 3-year-old granddaughter's birthday party. And we got back a little late after cleaning up and hanging out. But so glad to see you guys.
I am so glad to see you.
Oh, thank you. She's very excited.
Oh my goodness, it's John Billings. All right. AnaLynne is supposed to be asking you the questions. I don't think I can do it this time. AnaLynne, you have to do it. It's tradition.
So excited. I love this.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, AnaLynne. All right.
Breathe deep, AnaLynne. Breathe deep.
Okay. All right. John, what instruments do you play? See, I got through that.
Very nice. Good. I like that's a good first question. I play the electric bass. I play actually sitting right behind me happens to be one of the ones that I loved playing the last couple of Monkees tours. This is my very beloved Epiphone Jack Cassidy bass.
That is so pretty.
Yeah, these 4 strings here. And this is the one that traveled with us on the last tour. Played it at the Greek Theater.
Oh my goodness!
Love that bass.
I do too.
Yeah, that's one of my faves. It's turning to be big time. Be one of my faves.
Oh my goodness, that bass is so lucky to know you.
I'm lucky to know it because it plays so well. It's like butter. I love it.
Oh, I love that. So where did your love of the bass and music begin?
Oh, let's see. My life with music began, I think, probably by the time I was 10 or 11. I was playing on my grandfather's acoustic guitar. I grew up next to my grandparents and acoustic guitar, and I had a little chord book out and learned how to play some chords. And then one day when I was in, what grade was I in? Was I in 5th grade? I guess I was in 5th grade. I noticed a bunch of kids got up in the middle of class and walked out every day or every other day. And I was like, who are they and what are they doing? Well, they're the string kids, the orchestra kids. So I said, oh, I'm orchestra too now. So I joined the orchestra because I wanted to get out of class. And I played cello. So I played cello up until I was about 16. And I kind of got away from cello, but along the way, when I was 14, my dad gave me electric bass, and I wanted to be Gene Simmons from Kiss. And I started learning Kiss songs, and that started everything. By the time I was 16, I had my first job playing music at a theme park called King's Dominion, just north of Richmond, Virginia, where I'm from. And that was it. That's how it all started.
Oh, wow. I love that. So you began to play the bass because you wanted to get out of class.
I wanted to get out of class. How many people have like changed their whole lives because they wanted to get out of something? You know, it happens.
That's actually really funny. So, do you write any music?
I don't sit and write. Like, Nashville's a writer's town. And so what that means is people here for a living, they write. They have meetings every day. And at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, they go in and meet another writer. They craft a song together. They give it back to their publishing company. Publishing company shops song. This is a whole industry of that. I don't really do that. But what I do is when I'm producing music, if all the materials in place, it feels like we need another song or maybe something to just beef up the material, I'll work with the artist, and sometimes we'll do a co-write, and I'll write with them at that point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if I'm not doing production work or something like that, I typically am not writing that much.
John, would you write with me?
Of course, Anna. You need to get down to Tennessee though. So.
Okay, I'm coming. We're going now. Maybe we gotta finish the interview first.
Yeah. But yes, I love to write with other people. I love to write with other artists, and I'll write for their projects when they come along. It's that way for me. That song is going to go. It's going on a project. It's going to be going somewhere. I know that's a terrible way of putting that, but to write just to write, sometimes your songs don't they need a vehicle. So when I'm working on a record with somebody, I know, well, this vehicle is going to roll, it's going to go, it's going to move, and that song will be an instrumental part of it. So then I write with the artist.
He's gonna write with me. It's gonna be great. We're
It's
gonna
be
be fantastic partners. You know that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, who would you say is your greatest musical inspiration?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I
Tell.
mean, come on, Sandy. It's like, of course, I'm a big fan of the Beatles. I'm not as big a fan as some of the guys in the band. But later in life, I've become a larger fan of Paul McCartney. I love Gene Simmons, is why I started playing bass, because I thought Kiss was so cool when I was a kid. I became a big jazz guy for a while, so I love Stanley Clarke and Jaco Pastorius, and the icons of that electric bass world. I love singers. I love Shaka Khan. I love who else do I love? Oh God, I mean, it's like you asked a loaded question there, but all those people, they affect the way I play and the way I express myself musically. Absolutely. Listening to all that music, all those performers, they've shaped me over the years for sure. Aretha Franklin, love Aretha Franklin. I love Mickey. Mickey, that's an iconic voice of rock and roll right there. Could be like a little counter on the side of the screen. It says every time John says Mickey's iconic, it'll go bling, bling.
Oh, this
bling.
is happening. You know that, right?
Right over there. There it is.
Consider it there.
Yeah, absolutely. But all those people shaped and formed me. And, and even now I still listen to a lot of different stuff. I love to go back and listen to older music that was from my childhood. I guess everybody really does. I was listening to something the other day saying that people stop listening to new acts beyond 30. When they hit 30, they keep going back to what they listened to before they were 30. And I'm afraid I'm a victim to that quite a bit. I kind of keep going back a little bit. But that's the stuff that made me excited. I still get that excitement when I hear that music.
I understand that. Like, 4 months ago, I was listening to Queen, and then I started listening to the Monkees. And now I'm back to listening to Queen.
And you're going to do that for the rest of your life. You're bouncing around, and then somebody else is going to turn you on to Zeppelin one day, and then they're going to turn you on to this and that, and you'll be just like, it'll be a big soup. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a big soup of influences.
Oh, yes. Well, music is fantastic. I found, records are fantastic. I've recently become obsessed.
I had that one that's behind your head right now. Lean over a little bit. There you go. That had that Queen record right there. I remember owning that when I was
favorite album of all.
I had that when I was a kid. I remember that. I used to play along with that one when I was 14, 15.
Oh, really? You played
along?
Yeah,
I love that record. Yeah. Not well, but not very well. I didn't say that. But yeah, we're supposed to all, it'd be like going to a restaurant and getting a hamburger every day, the same hamburger with the same condiments. It's not fulfilling after a while. It's great that first week, and then by week 2 you're like, oh, this is terrible. I can't stand this hamburger anymore. And then the sad thing is then you burn yourself out on the hamburger. And really the hamburger wasn't bad at all to begin with, right? So it's like
yeah. but I have to keep listening to you. I must.
Yes, you must. Don't stop.
Good. Okay. Good. So, how long did you work with Donna Summer for?
Oh, wow. Like 16 years.
Wow.
I started with her in 1995, and I was with her until she passed away. She stopped touring that last year she was alive. So that's about 16 years that I was performing with her actively. And that was a fun gig. Lots of fun.
Oh, tell me.
Dance music for 90 minutes. It's her hits of the 70s and 80s. Every song's a hit. Every song it's like the Monkees when you go now, like every song's a hit. Every song has everybody on their feet. People don't want to sit down. When Donna would come out, the look on the audience's face when the lights would come up and she'd be there they were mesmerized. It was a great gig. It was a lot of fun. And everybody, just like with the Monkees, people sometimes forget that the band and the crew and the artists, they're all together. It's a big family of like 20 to 30 people at any given time. There's always a lot of people that support the tour as well. And you get to be around them. They become family to you. So it's not just the artist, it's the crew, it's the drivers, the bus drivers you get to know really well. It's assistants, Mickey's assistant, Jane. Nez would have different assistants through the year. We'd always be good friends with everybody. It's a big family thing. And with Donna, it was a huge family because it went on for so long.
Aw, I love
It was cool.
that.
Yeah, it was really cool.
John, I want to be part of your family.
You are. You're in the family. You're blonde too, just like most of mine. I got one in the other room. I kept trying to talk to coming in and doing a celebrity appearance, but I don't know if she's going to do it.
Do it. Tell her.
Yeah, Grayson, you need to come and stick your head in the door. Yeah, you got called out. She got called out. We'll see. She'll pop in a minute. Okay, wait.
So how did you meet Donna Summer? How did you get involved with her?
That I didn't really. Oh, here she is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Grayson Joan Billings.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi. Oh, I've
This
seen
is my 16-year-old. Yeah, you've seen photos of her and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, like meeting a celebrity. Goodness.
That's what I'm telling you. Meeting her, meeting Amy. When people meet Amy, it's like they're meeting a celebrity. I'm chump change, but these two, come on. This is my dancer.
Oh, really?
My ballet dancer.
So
Oh my
cool.
God, you should see her. It's amazing.
I want to
really
see.
is cool. All right, Instagram, Grayson Joan Billings. Look it up, people.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna follow.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Oh, thank you.
Totally embarrassed her tonight. Gotcha. Amy, we'll get Amy down here too.
Oh, please.
Oh yeah, Amy got to make an appearance too.
Yeah.
Where she is. Got quiet. She's hiding probably. Well, you asked me how I met Donna.
Oh, yes.
Donna, a lot of these artists, they don't hire people themselves. They usually have people who hire the people. So they'll have a musical director. And oh, there she is. Drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen. Amy Don Billings. Yeah.
Hi. Oh my
I told
goodness.
you she's
Cute
a total
puppet.
celebrity. Total celebrity.
Hello.
You online all the time. It's so nice to meet you.
All the time. That's right.
Nice to meet you too.
She was out on tour. You should have seen her out on tour. She came out 5 different times. It was really cool.
Oh, that is so cool. Aw.
I'll
was
do
in-
it again.
Yep, we'll go back out. She'll be out again with this. She comes out and hangs out and like we did Seattle, Sacramento, San Jose, did Jacksonville, Florida. You came to Mohegan Sun. That was a really cool
That
venue.
was neat.
We tried to get you to come to that one.
Yeah, I almost did.
Oh, that's such a cool because it's a huge arena. What else did you go to? Boston. You were at the Boston show.
Mhm.
You were in Texas.
Mhm.
You were in the Tennessee shows, Chattanooga, and then finally the Greek. She came out to the Greek.
Oh, wow. That's so
It was
cool.
really cool.
That was good.
That
I
was
loved it.
really good.
That was.
I can
I
imagine.
love what you're doing.
Thank you. Oh, my
Two
goodness.
broadcasters right there. 2 broadcasters, future broadcasters, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you guys have fun.
Oh, we're already having fun. Come to Mickey's Patchogue show.
Oh, wait, say it again.
Come to Mickey's Patchogue show.
Oh.
Oh, look who it is. Just casual walk through the room. Oh, hello. Fancy meeting you here, Grayson Joan. It's Grayson Joan. Instagram, Grayson Joan Billings. I don't know. I forgot what her Instagram is. I have to look it up. But anyway, look her up on Instagram, everybody.
Oh my goodness, I feel like I know your family now.
You totally do. Well, you just met a piece of them. You're missing Ash. Ash is heavily into makeup and does drag. And I've got Grayson Marie. We have 2 Graysons.
Oh,
2
really?
Graysons. Oh, yeah. So here's what happened. Amy and I got married, and I had a Grayson, and she had a Grayson. So we
Oh,
have Graysons. They're different spellings, but it's hilarious. So when we call one G1, the other one's G2.
oh, that's
then
really funny.
That's G2, and G2's ticked off that she's not G1. And I'm like, I don't know what
ask
to
you
do
how,
about that.
How she felt about that.
And then I have Chelsea, and Chelsea is I'm not gonna tell her. I almost said how old she is, but Chelsea gave us Harper, who's 3, and Hudson, who's not even 3 weeks yet. So that's the whole family. And Lane, my son-in-law, and Sam Reynolds, who's Grayson Marie's boyfriend. I know it's a lot of names, a lot of people.
No, I feel like I'm part of your family. I am part
Well,
of his family.
You totally are. Yeah, exactly. That's how families are, though. You know, they grow and they expand, and ours expanded at an alarming rate really quick. It was really cool though. It was really cool. But yeah, you got to meet next time. You got to go meet Ash.
Please.
Oh yeah, she's doing like punk rock hair and stuff.
Oh, I have to
Totally
see.
cool. Oh yeah, totally cool.
Oh,
But you asked me about Donna Summer. I'm so sorry about that. I totally screwed that up.
That was fun.
No, she had like Mickey has Wayne Avers as his musical director, and Wayne basically is in charge of getting the band together, hiring musicians, doing the charts, doing everything. Wayne does a little bit of everything, but that's what the musical director does. And Donna had a musical director, and he was leaving, and she was hiring a new band based out of Nashville, Tennessee. This is in 1995, way back in 1995. And I had just moved to Nashville. I had only been here like a couple of months, 2-3 months. And I got a call from a friend who had me do a sneak surprise audition. I didn't know it was an audition until I got there. I thought I was doing a rehearsal for somebody else, and turned into be an audition. And that night they hired me. And I was like 3 weeks. How much later? 3 weeks later, 2 or 3 weeks later, I was in Brazil. I was on tour, and I was this young guy. I'd left the country a couple of times for a brief flash, brief moments. And I was down in Brazil on a 2-week tour, and it was amazing. 2 weeks. Yeah. 2 weeks in 2025 would be 30 years. And it was incredible. I still think about that tour. And then I stayed with her for 16 years.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
It was really cool.
It sounds like it. Goodness. So, oh my goodness, let's just backtrack here. So you started out playing the bass because you wanted to get out of class, and then you ended up auditioning when you didn't think you were auditioning for anything.
Correct.
Getting that job, and then going out of the country.
Yep. It happened really. Now, here's the thing. You always hear people talk about, now, I'm not overnight success, but I'm just, when people always go, they're an overnight success. There's no such thing, because there's all that work that leads up to this point when opportunity shows up, and then opportunity, you take opportunity. Sometimes it works out for you, and you blossom and go and explode. And all these years before of work and practice and dedication, there's nothing was overnight. And I had been in Los Angeles for 8 years and really hadn't done a lot of work there. I was really kind of not happening in LA, and I moved to Nashville. And as soon as I did, everything kind of blew up. So I had been working so hard all my life. And finally, when I was that 27 years old, 28, I started working with Donna. And from that point on, everything started just kind of lining up and happening. It was Donna, it was Winona, it was Rick Springfield. Mickey Dolenz, and then eventually the Monkees.
The Monkees. I didn't know you worked with Rick Springfield.
Yeah, I worked with Rick for a year. I was filling in for his bass player, a really nice guy named Matt Bissonette. And Matt works for Elton John now. That's his job.
Oh, wow.
And back then he used to play for Rick Springfield all the time. And he had taken off a year to go work with another artist, a guy named Joe Satriani. And so I got called to come in and just kind of fill in for him for a year. And it was a great year. It was so much fun. So much fun. Rock and roll, man. It was loud. I got to play loud. I got to play cool rock stuff. A sea of screaming women in the audience that love Rick because he's such a good looking guy. And just fun. It was a good gig. It was not a lot of sleep. I had to get up early every day. We're in the lobby before dawn. And flying to the next city, checking into a hotel, get the sound check, stick around, do the show, get back to the hotel late, go to sleep, next day start all over again. And I would go out for weekends, just do weekends with Rick. And so I'd go out on a Thursday, come back on a Monday afternoon. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun, but it was exhausting. A lot of work.
I can imagine.
Travel every day, you fly every single day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I've never been on
it was a lot. But I loved him, man. I still do. He's such a good guy and such a great performer. And the band is great. The guys in the band are just wonderful. Another family, everybody's so close and everybody's tight. It's cool.
Oh, wow. You must get really close with these people touring with them.
Yeah. Well, you're with them. You're like, as soon as you leave your house, you're with them until the end of that run, however long that run is. I mean, look at the Monkees last thing. That was the longest I'd ever been away from home. That was 2.5 months. That was a little long for me. I'm not used to being away from all my people that long. But I was with Rich Start every day, and with Wayne Avers every day, and with Alex Jules every day. We're with each other all day long, up late into the evening. And then when we go to sleep, a lot of times we're going to sleep on the bus. So we're literally sleeping like right there. There's Alex, right up there is Rich, and right over there might be Wayne. That's kind of how that works. So you're literally with people night and day.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, sometimes that can get a little weird. But it was a good run. It was exciting to be part of that run with the Monkees, that last one. It was really cool.
Oh, I loved getting to see you guys. That was the best
That
night.
was incredible because it didn't look like it was going to happen, right?
It didn't. That was
it didn't look like
scary.
it was going to happen. That was a last minute kind of a thing. And Donna Dolans was really instrumental with, making sure we met you and got all connected and everything. So definitely send a thanks out to Donna. You need to get her on this show. She needs to be on the show.
That is
totally
okay. I'm gonna have to reach out to her like right after we do this.
That's right.
My goodness. I didn't even know that. Oh,
totally. Wow. Donna is like a big part of that whole thing. So definitely get Donna involved. And she adored you. Yep. She adored you, and she would love to be part of this thing.
Oh, that's so sweet. That makes me so happy. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. All right. I'm turning
I like
into
the way you
AnaLynne
get back into
yeah,
exactly. You guys are like switching roles there for a minute. I love that.
So, okay. How did you get involved with Monkees?
That was Wayne Avers. I was working with Wayne in a blues band on the weekends here in Nashville, because when you're a musician, you work all the time. You don't just work on the road, you work in town, you do studio sessions, you do whatever comes along, because you got to get them bills got to get paid. So I was playing weekends at a club with Wayne Avers. It was a blues band, and Wayne had been in Nashville a few years, but we had not met until this point. And he told me he played for this band called the Monkees. And I was like, the Monkees, those guys? And which everybody says, when whoever says they work with the Monkees, that's the first thing anybody says, like, the Monkees. And so Wayne, at that point, he was just working for Mickey full time. That was kind of his full time job. And he said, we're having trouble filling the bass chair. Would you like to come out for a show and just play a show with us? I said, absolutely. So I flew out to Tacoma, Washington. After like a Saturday morning, we had played Friday night till 1 a.m. or something. So the next morning, way early, we flew out to Tacoma, got out there and played my first show with Mickey Dolenz. And that went really well. So he said, you want to play another one? Yeah, I'll play one. It'd be fun. And so I did another one and another one. Then he goes, look, you can just keep doing this until you don't want to do it anymore. Just, it's your gig if you want it. And I was like, I'd love to do this gig. It'd be great. And that was it. That was, we keep talking. He and I keep talking about trying to figure out the exact date and time and all that all occurred. That was sometime in I think it was in 2010 or 20. Yeah, because in 2011 is when the Monkees went out for the first time with, oh my gosh, Sandy, I think I'm getting all my dates wrong. You're going to get all these people to comment going, that doesn't make sense because this date they were not there. You're going to get all this. But shortly after doing some of those Mickey dates, that's when, no, it must have been 2013. I'm wrong. I was totally wrong, girl. Holy cow. So that was what happened. And I started working with Mickey for a couple of years until the Monkees left with Mike and Peter and Mickey. And then I got rolled into Mickey's band got rolled into the Monkees band. And then we go back and we play with Mickey, when the Monkees aren't touring, the Mickey still does the solo shows and we go back and do those. And those are a lot of fun. Are
they very similar in format? I mean,
well, yeah, smaller scale, usually smaller performing arts centers. Sometimes we'll play larger clubs, music clubs. They're always different kind of venues. We'll play casinos and stuff, but it's Coco, it's Wayne, it's Rich, David Alexander, you haven't met yet, myself, and now Alex Jules will be involved in that. And then Jane is Mickey's assistant. Jane's out with us. And it's just this little band of merry men and women. We go out and we just we laugh and have fun and play good music. It's really cool.
You guys.
And Mickey does. He does some other stuff too. He'll do some stuff that he wants to do. Like we'll do Johnny Be Good. He'll do some Beatles songs.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Go look it up. We got this thing called YouTube, and you can check it out for yourself.
Oh, I'm going to have to. Wow, I'm really
Absolutely.
excited to see
Yeah,
this.
Mickey shows are a lot of fun, and we are up in the Northeast a lot, so you got to get your parents to bring you out.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys in May.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, May would be cool.
It's gonna be wild. So, you were a fan of the Monkees before you started working with them, right?
Yes, I think that is a politically correct answer for me to say. But I didn't see the Monkees a lot growing up. I'm embarrassed to say. I know. I always tell people my memory of the Monkees was when I'd go visit family. I go visit family in Northern Virginia near Washington, D.C. And they had the Monkees on their TV. And I'm sure the Monkees were on my TV. Well, back then we had 3 channels, 4 if you count PBS. You had ABC, NBC, CBS, and then you click the dial, click, 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 and then it was PBS. You had to stand up, walk over the TV and go click, 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 click. I know, it's horrible. People had to stand.
Oh my
and
goodness.
I don't really remember. I remember watching TV a lot, but I don't remember the Monkees at my house. I remember seeing the Monkees and Ultraman, which is a Japanese, it wasn't anime, it was like live action anime. Ultraman. I used to see Ultraman and the Monkees at my cousin's house in Washington. And that's how I remember them. And I used to go, wow, that's so cool. Check them out. And I remember this. Oh, I'm banging my mic. I remember the songs, and I remember just them being so silly and goofy. And I was fascinated with it. And then we go home. I'm like, I'm not going to see it again now. So that's how I remember them. And of course, growing up, you hear it all on the radio. I heard, like I love Pleasant Valley Sunday and Last Train to Clarksville, and the usual radio hits I heard my whole life and loved them. I never imagined I'd be playing with those guys. So that was really cool.
That is actually, wow, that is so cool.
It is cool. It's really cool.
So do you have a favorite one of their songs to play?
Oh yeah, I just say name one. Pleasant Valley Sunday is one of my faves. And I had a friend who used to say, he used to tell people, he goes, people would say like, well, what is your favorite song? You get to play it on your show. And he'd always go, my favorite one's the last one, because the show's over. It's a terrible joke. And Pleasant Valley Sunday used to be the last one. So that was like, we'd ramp up the whole show, and then that was like the apex, and we're done. We'd be finished. But I love playing that one.
I'm a Believer.
I like I'm a Believer. I like all the hits because they're all cool songs to play bass on. But I love Circle Sky. I always had a lot of fun playing Circle Sky. What's another one I liked a lot? It was another Nez one that we played, and I enjoyed playing that one. And then we pulled it out of the set, and I was like, oh man. And for the life of me, I can't think of which one that was. I'm embarrassed to say. There was 2 Nez ones that I really enjoyed, and one of them halfway through the tour we pulled out of the set because we needed to truncate the set a little bit. But I love playing Pleasant Valley Sunday. You Just May Be the One. I love playing You Just May Be the One. That's a fun song to play. Oh my gosh, girl, you got me off on a total tangent. I could be sitting here all night thinking of all these, which ones are my favorite ones. But
no, that's okay. I would totally sit here all night and talk.
It's hard, right? When you love the body of music, and you love, like I like to play bass, and the bass stuff on those songs is really cool. It's played by really interesting people. They played nothing like people play today on the radio. So I enjoy it. I dig it. It's musical. It's lyrical. It's harmonic. It's melodic. It's neat. So all the Monkee songs have really interesting bass lines.
Oh, really?
So I enjoy playing all of them. But that right there, Circle Sky and Pleasant Valley Sunday are probably my faves, my absolute faves.
Oh, those are awesome songs.
Oh yeah, totally. And the bass lines are really cool on them.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, you play so incredibly. Like getting to listen to you was just so awesome. You brought this the bass has a real groovy sound to it that you really brought to light when I got to see you. I just love it.
Oh, thank you so much, Sandy. That's so sweet. That's cool. I'm used to being like in the back and being the quiet one nobody really ever you don't really hear, you feel. So it's nice to play these songs. And the front of house guy that we had, Paris, his name is Paris. He was wonderful. And he got all the shows sounded really good. Stuff I heard on YouTube even sounded good. And usually when you go back and listen to like people's cell phones on YouTube, the sound's usually just horrific. And his stuff always sounded great. It sounded really good.
Oh, that is so cool. Okay, so I have to know. Ooh, what
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So, outside of music, what do you enjoy doing? What are
Oh my
your
gosh.
hobbies?
I have too many. I have to scale a few back. I like to do a lot of different things. Well, I love music, so I love playing music. I haven't done it lately. My wife would love to do it with me. We like to get out on our bicycles. We love to ride bikes. I love to explore and go hike. Some of my favorite things to do is actually when we're on the road is just go and explore cities that we're in and wander around all day long and just meet people, see the town, see how people live, try foods. That to me is probably one of my big hobbies. And I love to do that when we travel.
Oh, I love that. So I
Oh
guess
yeah, totally.
getting to be on tour allows you to do
It
that.
allows you to do that. And you know what else is cool about being on tour? It's kind of a side fringe thing is you get to see people that you haven't seen in a while. Like for instance, kind of a sad note and a good note is when we lost Donna Summer. When Donna Summer passed, and I was at her funeral, and most of the band and crew that could travel came to the funeral. I got to see them again, and I was sitting there. I was actually sitting there with Grayson and Ash, my other daughter, and I was thinking to myself, and I told them, I said, this is the last time when the artist dies. A lot of times you don't get to see these people again because we don't live in the same town. We live all over. And being on the road now with the Monkees, I get to see everybody. So when we're now on this last tour, that was really tricky because of COVID. We couldn't connect with everybody. So I saw a few people, but when we're in New Jersey and like Long Island, New York area, we always get to see exactly. We get to see. I get to see Tom Heinisch. I get to see John Flanagan and these guys. You don't know any of these people, but these were people who traveled with me with Donna for over a decade. Go to Atlantic City. I get to go see my buddy Scott Schneider and Lisa and Rob and people that I traveled with eons ago. I get to connect with, get a coffee and get to see them. So that part of the road is really cool. Get to see family. This last time I haven't seen, I used to have, everybody's got that favorite fun cousin you always hang out with. And mine lives in Northern Virginia near Washington. And I haven't gotten to connect with her in, I don't know, 6 years or more, like really like hang out. And on this last trip, we went to Washington, D.C. to do a show. We came in the day before. So I just came in and went straight to her and her husband's house and hung out with them. And that was so much fun. That was like a highlight of my whole tour, just hanging out with them, reconnecting. And that's another part of touring that's really cool.
I love that. Oh, that's so cool.
That to me, that's my favorite part. It's just reconnecting with friends, old friends and family.
We have to meet, John, when you come
Yes,
to
we
Long
do.
Island.
I will be there. I told Amy she needs to come to the town where Huntington, where the Paramount is. She's got to check out Huntington. And what's the other town we want to see? Terrytown. Terrytown is really cool. And she likes little cool towns like that. And I said, you'll love Terrytown and you'll love Huntington.
Yes.
So we're going to come. We're going to come check it out.
Awesome. I'm going to be there, John. I'm going to be there.
You should join us. That would be so much fun.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That would be a lot. He's talking to me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So if you weren't a bassist or a musician, what would you be? What would you be doing? What would be
photographer, videographer? Those are my other.
Really?
Yeah, photography is more of like a kind of, you were talking about hobbies earlier. It's more of a hobby that's become kind of a professional side of my life. Videography is something I've been doing professionally for the last a little over a decade now. And yeah, big parts of my life. I probably would have been doing that. I probably would have gotten right into that whole world. When I lived in Los Angeles, I probably would have dived into it.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah, it came to me kind of late in life too, but I love it.
Well, if you ever go, back into that, I think that we should make a movie together.
Absolutely, we should. Lots of green screens, probably a lot of rope work and wire work. We'll have to fly you around the room and stuff.
I don't know about the whole green thing, like my eyes.
That's right. You have green eyes. So your eyes would just vanish into the scene. That would be bad.
Yeah, we were actually testing that out today.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't work, would it? I didn't think about that. Yeah, try another color.
That's a good idea. Contact lenses. Good idea.
Contact lenses. There you go.
Or markers.
That's right.
I don't understand it. Okay,
yeah, let the adults talk here.
going to regain my breath.
Absolutely,
and ask
absolutely.
you my last question, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
this cannot end, AnaLynne.
I know all good things have to come to an end. They always say that. It's terrible.
Never! All right, so what are you currently working on? Do you have any upcoming projects? Or...
That's a good question. I really am not really working on anything. My wife and I have a cool thing. We own a wine bar in Nashville, and we do a podcast to that wine bar. So we're kind of putting a lot of our energy into that at the moment. Mickey's going back out on the road, so he'll be doing shows. We were supposed to be out this past weekend, and unfortunately, because of giant Omicron breakout in New York, we had to postpone those shows until June. I know, it's such a drag, but so I'll be going back out and doing shows with Mickey again. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's just going to be Mickey from this point out. I can't imagine there's a Monkees thing in the future, but you never know what could happen. But for now, it'll be Mickey doing shows. I still play around Nashville. I still work with friends of mine, and starting to put my photography on. I've been taking pictures backstage of the Monkees for the last 8-9 years, almost 10 years now. So I'm going to put those on sale on my website at some point here. I was working on that a little bit today, unsuccessfully, sadly. We're trying to figure out some of the technical glitches. But yeah, I'm going to start sharing my artwork with everybody. We do that at the bar that we own now. We have a lot of my Monkees stuff up on the walls, and people will walk up to them and go, "Can I buy this?" And they bought everything off the wall. I've had to replace all of it. So I'm going to get that online. So that'll probably be another project here in the next, hopefully another week. And then those will pop up online. I'll be talking about that on Facebook and Instagram and all the faces and all the grams, all the places, the Twitters.
Yes, if you're not following John on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, follow him.
Please do.
I'll put some things at the end so people know.
Thank you very much. Yep. Please follow, and I'll be talking about all that stuff there. And that's coming in the very near future. I've got my scale, I've got my thermal printer, we've got our pictures printed, we've got our mats ready to go. So everything except for getting my online store, and then it's up and running.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Goodness. Wow, you seem very busy. You have a lot.
I'm very busy. I have a lot, and I'm dad and I'm papa. So it's a lot of stuff.
And now he has a new relative to take care of.
Oh my gosh, another mouth to feed. How am I going to do this? Another job I got to get.
I don't eat much.
Thank you guys so much for having me. This is so much fun.
Oh, I agree. Thank you so much for coming on here.
It's my pleasure, my honor to be here. And I can't wait to see this. It'll be a blast.
I can't wait to share it. I can't wait to watch it either. This has been so much fun.
Thank you. Don't forget about, you got to put the name right here in the lower third right there. There you go. Put the name there. And then the counter over here, right? The counter's right over there.
Counter.
Okay. Yeah. Mickey Dolenz iconic. Bing.
Feel free to say it again. We need
iconic. Bing, bing, bing. Hey, thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much.
It was a blast.
Beyond the clouds and the rain, a place where your sadness drains, where the sun peers over your sadness and your pain. There is no gravity, yet within this cavity you make your own truth. Your dreams will come true if your mind isn't glued to the fact that life is so blue. Your dreams cannot stay if you don't repay yourself for making it through. The path to making your dreams come true.